We have some breaking details this morning in the disappearance of 11-month-old Lisa Irwin. New reports that police now plan to question the baby's two brothers, ages 6 and 8. Cyndy Short's an attorney for the Irwin family out of New Orleans. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Will these interviews happen with social workers?
They will happen with what are special certified forensic interviewers who are specially trained to interview children. Understand that the boys have been interviewed previously. They were interviewed on October 4th. Shortly after the police were called to the scene, the parents gave permission to the police to allow the children to be taken to a place in Kansas City where specially trained interviewers were there.
October 4th was the day Lisa vanished.
That's true.
You
That's
have
exactly
no
right.
objections then for these young boys to be interviewed again by
Well, you know, it's been a
social
balance
workers.
in terms of understanding the needs of these children and the best interest of these children and the need for law enforcement to have as much information as they can possibly get. And so that is that's a balance that we've had to consider.
Will the parents agree to separate interviews with police?
For the children?
No, will the parents agree to do their own separate interviews with police?
Bill, the parents have done numerous separate interviews with police starting on October 4th. Both were interviewed separately for well over 10 hours. Those interviews continued in various stages over the next days through October 13th. And so the parents have answered many questions. We are open and we have a line of communication with police and are, under the right conditions, would answer any more questions that they might want to pose to
What
the family.
conditions would be necessary in order to grant that for police? Because, you know, they want to do it. The police
Right.
do.
I understand that. I think that, you know, over the course of all of these weeks, the focus has been so focused on the parents that we are concerned about looking other places. And so the conditions would involve speaking with people who we could have a trusting relationship with, be in a situation where we were being asked new questions.
Do they not trust the police?
I think you know, if you sit through many hours of interview in which you are the subject of accusations, there is a waning trust, and trust is not gone by any stretch of the imagination. But if we're going to have a productive conversation, then it needs to be with people who can meet with them with an open mind, a clean slate, and get the answers that they think that they haven't received yet.
How are those parents doing, by the way?
They are struggling. I mean, it's obviously a very abnormal situation. They are on a roller coaster of emotions. They're doing everything they can to make the boys every day as normal as possible. So it's very difficult.
Yeah, but what you were saying is that they are open to another separate interview.
They're open
so long
under
as the conditions are right, as you described there.
That's right.
Yeah, you took a crew from ABC Good Morning America into the home 2 days ago. Why was that important for you to take a camera crew in there, and what did you see that you want the public to know?
Well, I think that we were dealing with the issue of the search warrant and the perception that the parents were somehow obstructing searches of their home when in fact they had signed consent after consent after consent. We had this issue with the cadaver dogs, and one of the things I noticed in going into the house was that there was no evidence that any portion of that rug had been taken, which you would do in an investigation if you have any kind of evidence, whether it's scent evidence or physical evidence. You collect it as part of your case.
Right. And apparently we get reports they collected a carpet from inside the house or some sort of rug. Is
No,
that
they
true?
That is not true. They did not collect. There are 7 items listed on the search warrant. There was a carpet that was paraded out from the back of the house to the front of the house, and like you and everyone else, I thought it was collected.
Not removed from the property.
It was put back into the garage where it had come from.
All right. Cyndy Short, thank you. We're going to stay in touch with you in your office, okay? Out of New Orleans today. Thank you for your time. For our viewers,